Well, we're back, and we have another one. I filed a tort on this one with an intent to sue. This was an Officer Johnson, Miss Johnson. August 2nd of '07. I went up to the 7-Eleven down there on East Street, and her and two other officers were there talking about something. I thought she said something to me, and I asked, was there a problem? And she said, could be. Nothing else was said. I walked on in 7-Eleven with two of my friends. And as I was coming back out, the officers were going out of the lot, but there was an officer over at 575A East Street. And as I'm walking through the door, it backed up real quick. And I was like, oh no, here we go again. So I get in my car. I'm with two other people now. One of the people with me was a special police officer for Betco for 18 years. And the other one was someone that helped with the towing. And I was in my Malibu. I drove down to the end of the 7-Eleven parking lot, and there it was. There's a police officer sitting there. I said, oh no. As soon as I pull out, I'm going to get pulled over. So I called the chief. This is like 11 o'clock at night or 11:30 at night. And the chief's on vacation. They get a long voicemail. So while I'm on the voicemail, I pull out. Guess what? Miss Johnson pulls in behind me. Before I pass 5th Street, boom, turns on the lights. Now I'm still getting a voicemail message from the chief. So before we got down to 4th Street, there's an auto parts store where they sell tires and all right there. I pulled in that parking lot off of East Street. She pulled in behind me. I jumped out. Now I'm still on the phone. I think I scared her when I jumped out because she was like, get back in the car, get back in the car. And I said, no, I'm on the phone with the chief's voicemail. She calls for backup. I asked why I was pulled over. Nothing. 3 or 4 other officers show up. They come over. They already know me by name. Talk to me. A couple of them were very nice. And Miss Johnson goes back, I guess, with a supervisor. They're looking through a handbook. And about 35 minutes go by. Now, you know a normal pullover for a ticket's what, 7 minutes tops? Now I've been here 35 minutes, held against my wheel. Her and the supervisor come back and say, you're free to go. Never told me why I'm pulled over, what's the reason, what. We don't need these kind of police officers. If you're going to pull somebody over, at least wait till they do something wrong. Then, Miss Johnson pulls over the person that was a special police officer for 18 years. She pulls him over. And then she put a different name on the ticket. And then showed up and stood in back in a courtroom while he went up there and was dismissed. She was in plain clothes. Never even went up for a thing. Then she goes after my wife. And wrote my wife up. Didn't stop at a stop sign. Now I'll tell you right now, my wife doesn't lie. She says, yes, I stopped at the stop sign and turned right, and then Miss Johnson pulled her over. Went to court, she got probation, and took a lawyer. When you go to court, the judge always goes with the officer. My wife says, I don't understand, the officer lied. I told her, I said, what do you think I've been telling you for the last couple of years, what's going on? What she found out was, when you watch some of the other videos, she did find out some of the reasons, some of the things that the officers do. And she says, Officer Johnson says, at least I slowed down before I turned right. And she says, I didn't say that. I never said any of that. So, these are what kind of police officers we got. Now, don't think we're anti-police, because I grew up on my street with one of the best police officers ever in Frederick City, in my eyes, as a kid growing up, and that was Sergeant Cashour. And I think, and I had nothing but good feelings about the police department. I never had no problem with the police. I thought the police were great. I thought they always told the truth, never lied. Pretty naive, huh? Well, that's this one. Stay tuned for the next one.